Welcome everyone to yet another session on Craftisco. Here you're going to learn how to create a variable product. So, first of all, whenever you are registered as a vendor, you'll be taken straight to this dashboard. This is how your dashboard looks like. It is a smart manager where you can actually manage your store from this particular page. On this dashboard here, you can see an overview of the sales that you might have made, the earnings that you've earned, the items sold, the orders that you've made, some kind of store analytics as to how your store has been performing. If you have more than a couple of products that you've listed on Craftersco, how your products have fared, how their sales have been, some notifications, some inquiries that you might have received from customers, the statistics, latest topics. So a lot of things that you can view from your dashboard, apart from, of course, the menu items, right? We'll look into the dashboard in the next video. Here we'll try to create a new variable product for you. So let's get started. So, what is a variable product? Variable product is a product that has different types of variants. Like, for example, you might want to sell a dress which is available in three different colors and sizes. So, this option will enable you to add those colors and sizes you need. You can add variations based on anything you like, perhaps some material used or the stitching style or the materials. So if your variations are not mentioned, you can also contact Craftersco support to add your variations. We can do that, and after that you can also add your variations to it. So this is how your dashboard will look like when you're on a mobile. If you are logging in from your mobile, you will see a compressed version of your dashboard. So all you need to do is click on the toggle menu to the left and the menu will be expanded. As we always mention, whenever you create a product, you'll always have to calculate a product price. The calculator inbuilt with Craftersco calculates the commission and the taxes that would be applicable to your product, and the final product price is what you need to list on your Craftersco store, right? So this is how you need to click on the calculate price. You also have a calculate product price on your menu. You also have a short link here. So you go to your calculate product price, you select the category which your product falls into, right? Let's say we are going to sell an apparel today or a piece of top or piece of cloth here. So when I click here, the calculator automatically takes the applicable GST associated with that. Let's just say your product price is 400 and your shipping weight or the weight of the product is somewhere around 500 grams. So shipping gets calculated, your commission gets calculated, and the last product final price is 624, right? So this includes all the taxes, all the commissions, everything, and you don't need to take or you don't need to add any additional taxes to it. Just in case if you think your shipping may might be a little higher than that, so you can always incorporate that in your product price, right? So let's start to do that. So here you have 624. You go to your product or you go to your dashboard, go to the products menu, and you have an add new. You also have a cube icon to the top when you click on products. So you have a cube icon here. This is the add new button. It will also be visible on your mobile view. In the mobile view, it will just be a cube, which will be the fourth option to your right. uh, so you just click on this. So you see when you click on products, these are the products that as a vendor I've uploaded, this user who has uploaded. So this is also an overview of what you have uploaded, the product, the SKU, the status, whether it's published or draft, the price, the taxonomies, that is the categories under which the product falls, how many views you have got to this product, so how many people have actually viewed your product, right? And what kind of product is it? It's a simple product or a variable product, and certain actions. So we'll look at these actions a bit later. So let's start by creating a new product, a new variable product. As I said, variable product will have different types of variants, right? When you do add product, again, you see the add product page comes up, and here from the drop down, you're going to select a variable product. So the basic information about any product is basically starts with the title. That is how your product is going to be identified, or how the customers are going to understand what product it is. So it has to be precise, crisp, and it should relay what your product is in a line, in a small one line. Then there's the price, the description, of course, and the category in which your product falls, and the photographs or the images of the product. And of course, there are a few more information that we are going to see along the way. So let's start. So I'm going to sell a white top today. So let's start with a good uh, product title: beautiful white cotton top. So you see, it lets me know that it is white in color, it's the material is cotton, and it's a top, right? Or I can also just put full sleeves. So the product title, it could be anything, but as much as possible, you need to write the correct title to the product so the customer knows what product you are selling. The description has to be precise. So always add as much as information like what you're selling. It's a beautiful white top, material cotton, right? And free size, or if it varies in size, you don't need to add that. And any more information that you deem as necessary. For example, if you're selling a wooden item, always write the dimensions of the wooden item. It's always good to write the dimensions, the weight, if you know the weight of the product, the material of the product. So these information always help the customer to make the right choice, right? And they know what they're buying. So these are some information, description, more description if you want to add any. The next thing is you need to add your product image. So you can upload files from your desktop, or I have few file images here already. So I'm going to pick this up. I'm going to put a white top. Now you can add more images if you have taken images, or if you have captured the product images from various angles, you can keep adding. So you see there's a plus sign here, you can add more images if you want. If you need to remove that, just remove that, right? You see there's an embroidery on the collar as well as sleeve, so you can also hand embroidered on collar and sleeves. So right, so as much as information, so the customer should know what they're buying, and they should know what the material is, what the product is all about. The next important thing is, you see there's an asterisk mark here, what category you're selling, right? So I am going to put it under handlooms and blouses, or I can also put it under clothing and women tops. So put it on the right category, and put as many categories, but the correct categories. So all your products would feature in these categories, right? Tags, of course, add tags. It's not mandatory, but it's good to add tags so that whenever it's a search keyword, right, for the customers. So if they search by tops, so your product will be featured in the search result, right? Second is inventory. Again, inventory is nothing but your stock, few keywords here, or few things that you need to understand is the stock keeping unit is an identification number to your product. This is basically inventory keeping. So if you are actually selling more than 2 or 3 products or 4 products on a site, so you can identify each of these products with this keyword or an identification number. It's not mandatory, but it's always good to give a code, right? So I am going to say T123, so I'm just identifying it with a particular number. Managed stock is always good because the customer knows how many units are in your stock. It also keeps for you, it's also good for you to keep a check as to how many products you've sold of that particular SKU. So if you say I have 10 units ready, so anyone can actually purchase from those 10. So the moment a customer purchases 1 unit, the stock reduces to 9. So this also helps you to understand that how much you have to whether you have to replenish the stock or not, right? Now, what is allow back orders? Back orders is just in case your product is out of stock. Uh, you can uh, do a pre-order, right? I mean, you are going to replenish the order in some time, but they can still order, so you can fulfill the order once the stock comes in. So you can do that, but again, you have to keep a stock of it. Sold individually means it is just a single product. It's one of a kind, and you cannot make another product of the same kind. So the user can only buy one at a time. They cannot buy more than one. So when you click this, they can only buy one at a time. If you uncheck this, that means if I am a customer and I want to buy 5 tops from you, I'll be able to buy 5 from here, right? Because your stock unit shows 10. Shipping. Now, in our calculate price, we have already calculated shipping. So always choose free shipping and the processing time, how many days you're going to take to dispatch the order, and the weight and the dimensions of your product, if any. See, the customers usually don't like the plus factor, in the cost. So if you add shipping also, you'll add tax also separately, so the total cost to the customer when they view uh, comes to as the product cost plus the tax plus the shipping. So they feel that, oh, I'm paying actually additional. So what you can do is you calculate the price from this calculator, and so this actually incorporates all the taxes and all the commissions and all the shipping charges, and then you put one single figure, right? The same goes with the tax. So since you have already calculated the tax from the calculator, so you are going to put it as none. So this is important part of your variable product, the attributes. So what is your product varying in? What attribute is it varying in? Is it varying in color or is it varying in size? So we already have some preset attributes. And as I said, if you don't see your attributes, feel free to call us. We'll add your attributes into this list. So my product varies in size. And what are the size? I am selling this top and medium, large, and Excel. Do I have Excel? Yes. Right. So I'm just selling this in 3 variations. Keep this check, because if you uncheck this, then the variations will not be visible on the product. Once you have done this, just in case if you think you don't have the particular size here, you can create an add new, and you can say uh, triple XL, and I say okay, and that particular size will get added. Okay. Now once you've added the attributes, go to the variations, right? And this is where you're actually going to create the variations and add the price. So here you have added your attributes. Now here you go to the variations. Now in variations, choose create variations from all attributes. That means all attributes is nothing but your large, medium, XL, triple XL, right? So your variations would be all. So you see all your variations are visible. Now expand each and the product image gets populated. Now if you feel your product is different, say you have created a variations out of color, so if your color is red, you can upload another image here, right? So you can upload your red color. You can do that. At the manage stock, your price is 642, right? Stock keeping unit, maybe I've selected, so I'm giving an identification number. Tax class, shipping class, put it same as parent. Back orders. If you want to create a discount facility, you can do that. Maybe you can say that the cost of the top is actually 800, but we are selling it at 642. You can do that. So you're going to do the same thing for your medium. Put the managed stock, put the price, say 800, 642, 10. Excel. Now Excel, I might want to sell at a higher cost, so I can add this as 699, right? So both the Excels are selling at 699. So I'm just giving a random identification number, don't worry about that. But managed stock is very important because unless you put the managed stock quantity, users will not be able to order from you. So we have done the variations, right? So what I've done is first I've added the attributes, right? What is varying in my product, and then I've created a variation out of it. So when I click on variation, I choose this create variation from all attributes and these options open, and here I can put my information. So here I'm varying by size. If I'm varying by color, then the image changes based on the color, right? And the prices, you can also vary the price based on the variation. Linked, we always say always link your product so that when a customer searches a particular product and looks at your product, they'll also come to know there are other products that you're selling. SEO is the search engine optimization. Keywords which help Google search products and feature your products, and your product policies, if any. What is your shipping policy? How many days it takes? 6 to 7 days of delivery. Refund policy, only if damaged. So you can add anything, your refund policy if you have any, your cancellation policies if you have any. It's good to add that so that the customer knows whether they need to return it or exchange it, or what are the policies. For example, if you request for a 360-degree opening video, please add that information here so they know that they have to open it and record it while opening it, right? Once you've done this, just click on submit and your product has been, oh, invalid or duplicate SKU. So where have we done this SKU? 123S RT1. Ah, okay. So I cannot have the same SKU for the product. And your product is successfully published. Now you want to view your product, how it looks. So you click on this icon, right? And you'll be able to see this is how your product looks like. So it varies from 642 to 699 because based on the size. Beautiful white top, hand embroidered on collar and sleeves, material cotton. Dimensions, again, as I said, it was just an example that I had given you. Any additional information you see, it comes in large, medium, XL, triple XL. Reviews, your store policies if any, and users can choose and based on the option they have chosen, they can see. Now if you see, if they select Excel, the cost is 699, right? And here this is the stock keeping unit, or stock quantity. So if they can choose as many number of products they want. So this is how your product looks like after creating a variable product. Thank you for joining. Keep watching Craftisco channel, and don't forget to subscribe, because we are going to come out with more videos. We are also going to describe how your dashboard functions, and more information about your dashboard in the next videos. To create a simple product, we'll be giving you a link in the comment section. Do check that as well. Thank you so much.